Hi everyone, my name is Wanda and I am the owner of Wanda Perez Cosmetics. Today we are SSC Media and I am going to be showing you how to make your own highlighter. Okay, so first things first, you want to make sure that everything you're using is sterilized. I used rubbing alcohol to make sure that everything is nice and clean. That includes our pans where our highlighters are going to go in, our bowl, and all of our mixing tools. So next, you want to make sure you put on your gloves. And we're going to start off with a base. So for your base, that's something that is personal to everyone. You want to make sure that you take into consideration what you want your highlighter to do. So normally, highlighters are long-lasting, they're easy to apply and blend, and they have great pigmentation. First, we're going to take our base, and we're going to add that to the bowl. After that, I'm going to add additional powders that I feel make my highlighters work better. So one powder helps with adhesion, which means that it helps keep the highlighter together. So that way when you're using it, it doesn't just fall apart. So next, we are going to start off with this pink color. I'm trying to go for a goldy pink color here. I'm kind of just doing this off of the top of my head so that you guys can see the creative process. This is what I love about being able to make your own makeup. You know, you have complete control over what you can do, which is so much fun. If you don't find something in the store, you can make it yourself. Sure, it takes practice, but anything is possible. So we're going to use 1 teaspoon of this pink color. We're going to add it right into our bowl with that lighter gold color. Next, we're going to add some glitter. Glitter is best in my opinion. So we are actually going to add about 1/4. When you're mixing your products all together, a really helpful tip is scraping the bottom of your bowl with the product. That way everything is evenly dispersed and mixed in together. So all of our colors and our base are now mixed into this one bowl. What you want to do now is take your pan, or this is how I like to press my highlighters. So you're going to take your pan that you've already sprayed with alcohol, make sure it's nice and clean, because, you know, this stuff is going on your face. You want to make sure it's as clean as it possibly can be. We're going to take our alcohol and then a pipette, and we're going to take some alcohol and saturate the bottom of the pan with that. While that's in there, we're now going to add a couple of drops of preservative. You want to make sure that you're preserving your makeup also, because again, it goes on your face. And start pouring or adding in our powder. One thing that's really awesome is once your powder is wet, it does change color. So it might look really light in your mixing bowl, but once it's in your pan, it'll be a little different. So we're going to start off with that and add some of our press it binder, or this is something that you can buy online already made. You don't have to make it yourself. And that way, this is what's going to help press everything together, make sure that everything sticks together. This is where things get messy. I like to use, see, there we go. I like to use alcohol to make sure that everything is kind of at the bottom, and so that I can make sure that I get as much product in my pan as possible. But you also want to make sure that you add enough of your binding agent. The consistency of your highlighter should be kind of like wet sand when you're in this part of the process. That'll just kind of thinking of that is a good way to know whether you've added too much or too little of a product. So now you have everything in your pan and you're like, okay, but there's so much liquid in this. What I like to do is I like to take a napkin. They sell pressing ribbons, which you can also use, but I prefer a napkin. And now we're gonna press the actual pan. And pressing is exactly what it sounds like. You're gonna press it. Press it with your tool. So I like to put my napkin at an angle, place it on top lightly, because otherwise the product will stick together. And we're gonna take our pressing tile and lightly press it. And you'll notice that all of the rubbing alcohol is coming out on the sides. You want to make sure that you can see that. That kind of gives you a hint as to, okay, this is actually working. But you want to slowly remove it, and you'll see that right there, it's pressed, but it's not pressed enough. So we're going to go back in with the other side of the napkin and do the same process again. There. I like to press my highlighters 4 times. It's just a thing. I guess the more you press it, the more it binds, but I've heard that after 3 times, it doesn't really matter. So just like that, you just made your own highlighter. As you can see, we have a beautiful orangey gold highlighter with a touch of pink in there. So there you have it. You just watched how we make a highlighter at Wanda Perez Cosmetics. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to share if you did, and follow us at Wanda Perez Cosmetics on Instagram, and check out our website, wandaperezcosmetics.com. Also, make sure to follow Starstruck at Starstruck Co. and check out their website, starstruckco.com. Thank you so much, guys.